Hey, good evening. It's Wednesday, July 31st, and welcome back to Everyday Talk 24/7. Another month, just about gone. Had a great question from one of the viewers from last night about God never fails, He always keeps His promise. And what they asked was, what does that mean to us? How do we work this out? How does it work out practically? In other words, they're assured that God is being faithful. But what does that mean to us in this world where things are seemingly just totally messed up? Can we make a difference? And the answer is yes, we can make a difference. Let me read the question to you. Thank you so much for taking the time to leave this comment and a great question. Say, love the reinforcement of living by faith and hope. Jay, day to day, how is that really done, though? How are we to literally react and respond and speak with one another on issues? That is, the opening of the Olympic Games ceremonies in Paris, which was so disrespectful and mocking to God and Christianity. When some people say it was just art and performance, and Christians are misunderstanding it. Or the Middle East conflict, which ramped up even more today with the president of Iran threatening, challenging, saying he will strike Israel. That's good reason to be concerned. Some loud voices blame Israel for defending themselves, while others denounce Israel for being aggressive. How do we discern the way to react, speak, or not speak up about these daily events that we face? Such a wonderful question. See, trying to make sense of the mess of the world is in some senses a black hole. Rebellion to God doesn't make sense. Unless you don't know Him, then it makes total sense. And that's what we're seeing around us. But let's go back to the promise that we mentioned last night. This certainty. God tells Abraham to go from his own country to another country He's going to show him. And then He promises it. I will make you a great nation, and I will bless you. I will make your name great, and you will be a blessing. And I will bless those who bless you, and curse those who curse you. And all peoples on the earth will be blessed through you. So how does this work out? What does this mean? This is a great question that the viewer asked. What God is telling us is that you can and are making a difference by believing God for who He is, by believing that He's in control, by believing that He, as Acts 17 says, He placed each one of us, you and me, exactly where He wants us to be. It's not happenstance, it's not luck. You and I are not in control of situations in the Middle East. We're not in the military, we're not in the government. We're not in Paris. These things appear to be shocking to us, and they are, and disturbing, and they are. But God calls each of us to honor Him right now in the moment. That we have the courage to respond to the things that God brings to us. And praying for God's will to be done for those things that we can't directly impact or control. Pray the Lord's Prayer. That your will, O God, will be done on earth as it is in heaven. That's a beautiful prayer to pray. I love that the sun is kind of coming through the clouds right now because we see this power of God displayed in the sunset. So we pray that God would do these things. But then the things that are in front of us, we respond. We believe that we can make a difference. There's a powerful story here in 2 Kings 5 about a girl, a servant girl. A girl from the northern kingdom of Israel who had been carried off into slavery, and the captives, by the Arameans who had conquered their country. Can you imagine this young girl being ripped from her family, probably seeing horrible things happen to her family? And she's now placed in another place, in a foreign country, being a slave to someone in the conqueror's household. 2 Kings 5 reads this way, the first couple of verses. Now Naaman was the commander in the army of the king of Aram, the ones that had conquered Israel. He was a great man in the sight of his master and highly regarded, because through him the Lord had given victory to Aram. He was a valiant soldier, but he had leprosy. Now the bands from Aram had gone out and taken a captive, a young girl from Israel, and she served Naaman's wife. She said to her mistress, "If only my master would see the prophet who is in Samaria, he would cure him of his leprosy." If only my master would see the prophet that's in Israel. See, she's not bitter. She doesn't turn against God. She doesn't deny the things of God, doesn't deny the power of God. What does she do? She tells her mistress, the wife of Naaman, if only my master would see this prophet, he can cure him of his leprosy. This young girl, a captive, with seemingly nothing to live for, everything taken away from her, but the truth of God remained within her heart. Her faith remained strong, and she spoke without fear in a land where foreign gods were worshipped, where you could be killed for not bowing down to Rimmon, the god of Aram. But she spoke with power and authority, so much so that Naaman's wife believed her. And she went to Naaman and told him. Naaman believed her. He went to the king of Aram. He believed. And he sent Naaman off to find Elisha to get healed. And he was healed. But the point is, there was this girl, this seemingly insignificant girl, a slave, with every opportunity supposedly just wiped away from her. What does she do? She speaks the truth about God. And it resulted in a powerful testimony to God, and a new convert to the way of truth in Naaman, who was cured. You and I can make a difference if we simply believe what God's promise is, that he will bless those who bless him, curse those who curse him. And through this faith given to Abram, everyone on the earth will be blessed. So you see, it's every day we're presented with opportunities. They may not be big. It may not look like we could change the things at the Olympics or stop all the unrest in the Middle East. But we can trust God. We can honor him. And who knows what he will bring from that. That's what faith is all about. And that's the video for this night, the thought. Thank you so much for your great thought and question. And again, love those things and welcome them. And Lord willing, we'll see you tomorrow, August 1st. Good night.